Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate how to run an intelligent agent, which is like a report that will tell you if a student has not submitted an assignment. So I'm going to say new agent, and I'm going to say missing assignment. And I don't have categories because I don't have very many. I want it to be enabled. I can run it with no schedule, which means just whenever I say to run it. And then this is the important part, criteria. So I want to say users with a specific role, because I only care to hear from students, but you have other options. And there are some things you can do this around that don't have to do with assignment submissions. Like you could use this to decide if you want to be alerted if a student hasn't logged in a week, or if they haven't accessed course content in a certain amount of time. I'm going to create a release condition, which means that there has been some sort of activity. Now, I often use this to understand quizzes or surveys or things like that, but I'm going to go down to assignments, and so no submission to folder, and then I'm going to choose from what we have. So in this case, I want to say all of them, so I'm going to do this individually for each one, and I'll hopefully speed this up. So create, condition type assignments, no submission to folder. I'm not doing the ones that were not graded in class. Create. So let's pretend that I've done all of that all the way through. Then here I'm going to say any condition must be met, because otherwise it would give me only students who didn't submit to anything, but I want to know if they didn't submit to one of these. So I'm going to go down to actions, and this is the part that I'll say, one of the actions you can do is to send an email. So I could schedule this to run at the end of every night, once a week, on the day of the deadline. And it could send an email that I can write. So I could include that here to say, ELC has indicated that you have not turned this in. Please turn it in if you're trying to send reminders. I'm not looking to do that. I just want this information. So it says take this action every time or the first time. So if I just wanted a student to be alerted, 3 days before, and then I have another agent that runs 2 days before, I could add some more nuance, but I'm not going to do that here. So I'm going to say save and close. And then I'm going to say either practice run or run now. So practice run would be helpful if you have an email attached and you want to see what it would look like. That's not the case here, so I'm going to say run now. And then I'm going to pause for a minute and wait until this runs. It can take a few moments. Okay, so it came up with one user identified, and if I were to click this, you could see the student. Now, it doesn't tell me what they didn't submit, but in this case, what I'm looking for is an email to alert any students who are missing things to let them know if they want to resubmit. This is when they can do that by. So I hope this is helpful.